We are back, baby.
We're back.
And we are podcasting.
Baby cakes.
How's it going, Michael?
I'm good.
Where have you been this week? You're always somewhere.
Joey, ice boy.
Always some.
Oh, Jesus, sure, I tell you where I was now. I was in Switzerland on Tuesday.
Yes, but you is a gig that, in a way that only you of everyone I've experienced in my whole life.
Yeah.
Only you regularly turn around to me and go, "Oh fuck, I forgot this gig in." And normally people say Luton.
Yeah.
Or Oxford.
That's right.
You're the only person I know who goes, "Oh fuck, I forgot I have this gig in Switzerland at the weekend."
In Zug in Switzerland. a place, I've never seen a place that there's more dead bodies hidden in my life than Zug in Switzerland. It's like a quiet little town full of financiers. There's this calm lake that's just absolutely packed from top to toe with people who knew too much.
Yeah, and now they're snug as a
knew too much
bug
soup.
in Zug.
That's right.
All these bodies under the soil.
Yeah, there's a big soup made in the lake of fucking of cunts who are going to snitch out the moneymakers. And so I was down there doing a little gig. So do you know what's funny now about all these places is that no matter where you go in Europe or the world, there's just always some Irish cunts around. You'd be like,
I don't know how.
And like, how did you even get here?
Because I even thought that, like I said it at my tour show in Exeter.
Yeah.
So got some Irish stuff, got some whoops. And I was like, this isn't where we move.
Yeah.
This isn't one of those places like you go to Manchester, you go to London,
Yeah.
you go to Glasgow, you go to Zug.
Yeah, Zug.
Who's going to fucking Zug? Like, was there? Is it just different time periods? Because at the minute it feels like every cunt I went to school with now goes to Australia.
Well, Australia, people obviously love Australia. It's warm, great money. If you're a doctor, you get to work 4 hours a week and you get sucked off by kangaroos. Unreal. Great place to live. Quality of living's
I don't
good.
think I would want to be sucked off by a kangaroo.
Huh?
I don't think I would want to be sucked
I
off
know,
by a
because
kangaroo.
you're a little coward boy, man. But anyone who's,
They'd
wants...
be boxing the balls off
Huh?
you while they were doing it.
But sure, listen, that'd toughen up your children that are living inside your kyak. Getting a few fucking slaps of a paw of a kangaroo. They'll come out like fucking, hoi, hey, oh, you know what I mean? They'll come out being from the travelling community in Ireland because they've been knocked about by a kangaroo whilst in your balls. No, but sure, Oz is obviously, especially like if you're like an electrician, you can go out there and you can live like the King of France. If you're any kind of a tradesperson.
Also, but if you just like don't mind a brutal day's work, like there's people who go over there with no skills and just work in the mines.
Yeah.
Isn't that the crack?
But sure,
they make fuckloads just because it's the worst job ever.
Absolutely. That's a case of like just, mind over matter.
We're the Polish of Australia.
Huh?
We're the Polish of Australia.
We are.
Doing the shit that nobody else will do.
100%. And they're not impressed by us in a lot of places in Australia. Like, a lot of places in the world, you're Irish and we go down and we say, but yeah, then bigar and tiddly do, and people
and
are
they're fucking
crawling on their knees over broken
backflips
glass to try give you a rim job. But then you go to Australia and they're just fucking sick of us going out there with our fucking sun-beaten, forgetting to wear sunscreen.
Well,
heads
I've never been to Australia.
Yeah. Asher, I think I don't know how well it'd go. I think the sun, because of the surface area of your head, the amount of sun that would get on your fucking head and brain and mind, I think it might...
Too much vitamin D.
Well, yeah, because you see that Australia is a social experiment, really. What if you put white people in a climate they are absolutely not suited to for 200 years? And most Australians have brain damage. And you'll meet them and they're all, fucking right, mate, fucking awesome, fucking, like the fella, tears and blossoms blame, but I'm not spending any time on it. Because they are genuinely, they have from sun damage, they've sun damaged brains. This was most of their, a lot of racism there.
But I could solve a problem, I think.
What was that? What did you just do?
I could solve a problem
What
in
are you
Australia.
doing out your neck?
Because you just need me to stand right in the middle of Australia and just... And I'd plug the hole in the ozone layer.
Oh, if you put your head. Well, you could, I suppose, you could block out the sun if they put you in, in a strategic place.
Perfect fit. It's the job he was born to do.
Oh, fuck.
Like, what's that guy who held up the sun? Atlas?
Icarus, was it?
No, Icarus flew too close to the sun.
Oh, did he? And there was another fella who was lifting.
Did Hercules hold up the sky at one point?
Ah, sure, he was lifting a lot of things, Hercules.
Yeah, I could
see.
I could just hold up the ozone layer.
Yeah.
Slotted perfectly in.
Do you know...
A round peg in a round hole.
Just sun blocked.
The Vittorio ozone layer.
Yeah. Just how what I like about this is just how much embodied you've it's the best acting I've seen. You just transported yourself to another time and place and really got into character there as a man who uses his head to block out the sun, and I've never seen you happier. like that this could genuinely be your role in life, that you could just stand somewhere strategically and prop your head. Yeah. And you're doing a great social good and everyone loves you.
Looking down at the pleased people. We don't have to deal with sunburn anymore.
Oh, good God.
Good lads.
Oh, that's funny, man.
Keep it going.
Do you know, speaking of Hercules, and this is just something that popped into my head because I saw it on just the
Zero
weekend.
to hero in no time flat.
So The Rock played Hercules in the movie, right?
Did he?
He
did he not do Conan? Or who played Conan?
No, that was Arnie.
Arnie played
was Conan the Barbarian.
Okay.
Before he could act as well, so it's like...
Now, when have we entered the phase of after he could act?
But you know what? Like, the thing is with Arnie is like he could fucking act in a way that was like kind of great, even though like he couldn't. But it was like he still could be like, fun, and he could be funny. Kindergarten Cop, Twins, Terminator. He was great. Like for me, like
a Terminator is kind of an obvious like. This man is a robot, and that's okay. There's almost very little acting kind of needed for that.
That's right.
But he did probably do a good job. I mean, it's just I think the size of him is just funny.
It's hilarious.
He's fucking massive.
But the thing,
and then kids are small.
And the kids,
that's the brilliance of that film.
Kindergarten Cop.
He's big, and kids are small.
And you look and you say, "How have you got together?" This is a mad fucking pair. And the same with Twins.
Twins.
Get Arnie, and then we'll get that little that little stubby bollocks DeVito. And sure, they could say Anton, and it'll be a great film.
Yeah.
Because people just be like,
I don't think it was a script to Twins.
Yeah.
They just filmed them.
So go out there. What it says today is, Arnie, you just continue being big. And then, Danny, if you could just continue being a little smart ass, our small fella, and we'll just...
And if anything, like just over the course of it, the only note is if you could get bigger and you could get smaller.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're flying.
We're absolutely flying. Sound lads, action, go on. But so, see, like The Rock, this is the thing. The Rock is, say, the Arnie of this generation in terms of like that kind of level of action star. But he doesn't have,
the funny voice.
The classics under his belt. He's not as funny as Arnie.
He's not as big.
Huh?
First of all, he's not as big.
The Rock.
He's not as big as Arnie was.
I suppose probably, but lad, he's getting there. Like The Rock is made a fuck of himself. Like even now he's bigger than he was when he was a wrestler. When he was like in his fucking...
Yes, he was slightly smoother as a wrestler.
He was sexy as a wrestler.
Yeah.
Oh!
Whereas now he's like...
He's just dumb looking, and he's wearing these fucking like Hawaiian shirts and trying to sell tequila, and you're like, will you ever fucking relax?
Why the fuck is everybody... And this will come back to haunt me when I eventually release a fucking alcohol brand.
Fathead vodka. You got a small head, you wanted to be fatter from alcohol abuse? You drink my vodka. You've become American as well. Just an annoying American man. Angelone's Fathead Vodka. Nobody wants a small head loser who has a hairy cock. Fathead Vodka, coming with Manscaped. You know. Nobody wants a small head, hairy cocked loser fucking virgin. Buy my vodka. Have a fat head and a smooth cock.
But yes, why does every cunt in the world have like a liquor brand now?
sure, it's just a way.
Comedians in America, Kevin Hart, Tom Segura, Bert Kreischer, they're fucking selling tequila. The Rock's got tequila and whiskey and whatever the fuck else. Like, what's going on?
Well, I think it started, I may be wrong, with fucking Puff Daddy had this Ciroc shit that he was.
And he's a paedophile now.
He got into paedophilia recently, yes.
Because
So
he's
shifted from
It's the tweets I scroll past.
Yeah.
Every so often I just see Puff Daddy accused of the. And
Yeah.
the problem with black celebrities, and I really shouldn't have started a sentence like that. The problem.
No, I'm not saying that in here. I'm going to let you whirl out with this one on your own.
The problem with black celebrities is you don't know when it's like blah 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 accusation of this about it, and it's just like in the zeitgeist of like black podcasts and stuff like that. They treat accusations of pedophilia the same way they treat accusations of maybe being a bit gay.
Right. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like if it came out and then Cat Williams was like, "Hey, motherfucker's gay," and it's just like you'd be like, "You're saying that as if he says it the exact same way, whether he's accusing someone of being a pedophile or accusing someone of like once kissing a man in a film."
Yes, a lot of the, which is hilarious. A lot of black conspiracies, like with like Cat Williams, is just like, well, I didn't get to film because I have a virgin asshole, so it's just like, because I'm not gay. These motherfuckers out here being gay.
I tell you who's been oppressed in the film industry for too long. The straight man.
Yeah. You can't get shit done if you're straight. It's all these gays getting these movies. That's why, that is actually a great point. A lot of the conspiracies in the African American community is that some of these motherfuckers are gay. You're not going to believe this. And then there's kind of people, interviewers like, yeah, no, that's allowed.
But that's okay. And I didn't say it wasn't.
I didn't say it wasn't. But we all know, He actually went on Rogan, Cat Williams.
I haven't watched it yet, but I absolutely need to.
No, it's not. He's giving him nothing. It's very interesting. Because he went on the Shannon Sharp thing and went
shot all over Rogan.
Well, yeah, he said, Joe Rogan, I want me on. He gets on six comedians that ain't never been funny.
Yeah.
And then he goes on Joe, and his whole modus operandi in this interview with Joe is just to prove that he's smarter than Joe. Like, so Joe will say something and Cat will just go, no, that ain't why. And then he just says, what you got to understand is, I've read 5,000 books today. And then
his books per day is so funny.
And the funny is, they talk about his claim about he read 3,000 books, and then instead of like him being like, I might have exaggerated, he said, in all honesty, I probably read more than that. That was a conservative estimate because I was reading 6 books a day at one point. And Joe just has to, because like you can't go trick, and Joe just has to be like, just went, wow, that's, you know what I mean? And everything Joe says, he's just like, I don't think you're thinking about this properly, Joseph. He says, call him Joseph.
The only person to call him Joseph. That's so funny. There's such a disrespect in calling somebody by their like full name.
Yeah.
And it's something so like this is what their mum says when they told them off.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It's like if I ever want to be like Michael,
yes,
it's just because you've said something that I didn't want you to say.
100%. 100%. And it's kind of an infantilizing thing of like,
yeah.
Be quiet there now.
But it's weird because it works kind of in both directions. Like if you know somebody who is called their full name.
Yes.
Say if they're called like I'm trying to think of a name that like Stephen. If you knew somebody called Stephen, and like if you were on Stephen Bartlett, if you were on Diary of a CEO, and you were like, listen, Steve.
Yeah. That's right.
He'd be like, whoa, that's rude. He'd be like, Stevie.
Yeah.
Chill out for a sec.
Lad.
Steve-o, come on.
Yeah. What I would love if this podcast could get good enough that we could both go on Diary of a CEO together, and we come in, but we have little like socks like filled with like bars of soap in them, and like just the first kind of emotional question he asked us, so like, was there trauma when you were young? And the boat was just beat the living shit out with Stephen Bartlett. With socks full of soap, like full metal jacket.
The first time he makes us like introspect or open up or be vulnerable at all, we just nod at each other and go,
yeah, you're a fucking grifter, Steve. Bam. No one wants your fucking Huel, you fucking crook. Yeah, just absolute, just him on the ground. Oh fuck no! Oh Jesus!
Man, there was a clip of him that went around.
It wouldn't be racial. Anyway, go ahead.
Well, for him, it would be racial. No matter if I was on Shay Shay, although Shay Shay's too big, he'd fuck me up. Anyway, there's a clip going on of Stephen Bartlett on Dragon's Den, which is absolutely hysterical. Where what the fuck were they trying to sell? They were trying to sell him, or they were trying to pitch something. It was fuck, I can't remember what it was, but he was like, but why would people need this? Like, I get sent things like this for free all the time. And one of the other dragons was like, yeah, but no, actually the person pitching was like, yeah, but our target audience isn't people who get sent things for free.
Yeah.
You're a celebrity, Stephen.
They're most of the population, you're not going to believe this, Steve, are not CEOs.
They buy things.
Yeah.
With money.
Yeah. No, I actually get sent all these products for free because of advertising on my podcast. So why would I invest? Yeah, but you might not believe this. That doesn't really represent the life of the average consumer, Steve.
Most people don't have podcasts, Steve.
Yeah. And everyone just takes out bars of soap and just starts beating Steve Bartlett.
There should be more bars of soap beatings nowadays, I think.
Well, I just remember it was good crack in Full Metal Jacket, the movie. There was a guy called Private Pyle who was fat and useless and was just like kind of slowing people down on the missions, but essentially not a bad fella. He was just, do you know what I mean? Getting ready for Vietnam. You get fucking drafted even if you're a fucking fat fucker who can't move. And then the boys just came in and fucking bet him around with bars of soap.
Until he wasn't fat anymore.
Yeah.
Is that the story?
Yeah, and then he went cracked and shot his general and blew his own head off. But listen, that happens too.
And that's good sometimes as well.
And that's good, lads.
I think the benefit of a sock full of bars of soap is if you hit someone a certain amount of hardness, then the soap starts to break. And like it's not a bar of soap full of batteries. Like that's bad stuff.
That is bad stuff. Because soap, it's a bar, you're getting the shite bit out here, but you'll be clean. You'll be clean by the end of it. Got a bit of soap on you.
Do you ever think about this? If you like threw a teapot at somebody's head?
I almost exclusively think about this. This is mostly, I rarely think about anything else.
Do you think there's like a level at which it hurts the most right before it breaks over your head? Because there's a full whack. But then I'm sure quite a lot of energy gets dissipated if something smashes over your head. So I almost think throwing a teapot gently at someone's head would hurt them more than throwing it quite hard at their head.
But when you say a teapot, because I'm thinking in my head, when you say smashes, I think you're thinking
not
of
metal.
A glass, like coffee.
No, I'm thinking like a China teapot.
You're like, a China teapot?
Yeah, are you thinking kettle?
I was thinking, no, do you know, like a coffee glass coffee kind of pot. Smashing someone's head. Yeah.
Yes, but I said teapot because I meant teapot, not coffee pot.
Right, and that's fair enough. And sometimes you use the language you want. Sometimes you're quite deceptive with it. So that's okay. This time you meant what you said.
I think that's on both of us.
But you're
or
saying,
even like, let's say a glass or a bottle.
Yeah.
Like if I bonk you on the head with a beer bottle.
Which you better not.
I shan't.
Because I will want retribution if you do that. Just so you know. Just to let the ground
I think that was implicit.
Here. Well, you never know. I mean, I do think that getting smashed over the head with something would invigorate me a little bit.
Because I always think the full smash, I think a lot of the energy goes outward and not into your head. The only danger is like the cuts from the sharp bits. But I think if you just go like a bonk, like right up to the point where it doesn't smash, I think that would hurt the most.
Oh, like the end of a bottle. The thick end of a bottle.
The thick end, but also just like the pace of it. Yeah, so it just conk, and then they've still got a bottle and you can do it more times.
Yes, that's right. No, I think but as well, I think particularly, is there hot tea in the teapot?
Not in my mind. I think it comes out of the cupboard, but hot tea in a teapot, harder to throw at somebody's head, but I think certainly more damage done. Then you would want it to smash because then they're getting hot tea on their face, which would be good for their skin and bad for their skin.
100%. I tell you, I heard this. There was a fella this is like in some jail in Longford, and or like in the west of Ireland. It was kind of a smaller jail, but some fella, he's like a GAA player. I don't know what he did, but he ended up going into jail for like a 6-month spell. I can't remember. It's something like drink driving or something that wasn't. He's not involved in crime, right?
Yeah, like a good lad reason to be in jail.
That's right. So He ends up going into the jail anyway.
Just in jail for being a fun guy.
For being good, very good crack. And there's a thin line where you're like king of the party to 6 months in the West of Ireland prison.
Yes.
And that's a line we're all dancing on. So he goes in anyway, but sure, next thing he's in there and
flies all around, yeah.
The head honcho in the jail anyway. I don't know what his name. Maybe his name we'll say his name was Packy Murphy or something. And this lad
Isn't it funny that you can say that?
What?
That name that you just said.
Packy Murphy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he wasn't from Ireland.
But that is like, there was a goalkeeper for Ireland called Packy Bonner.
Packy Bonner, yeah.
And everybody's like, but it's just short for Patrick, is it?
Yeah, it's like, so you can be Patrick, you can be Patsy, Paddy, Packy. Podge.
Yeah. But
Cunt. Massive cunt, some
but
of them.
It is mad to just call, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Well,
I
it's a
remember
slur.
we drove past the pub once and it was called Packy Willies, and I thought that was really funny.
No, I mean, listen.
And is it particularly people...
Packy Willies. Jesus, there's a few women who are like, oh. I'm like, no, Mary, that's not what it means.
They're not known for their willies.
Take it easy now, Mary. But sure, you would think then, by that logic, by Packy Bonner, then there'd be some fellas called Nigel that could have names that, you know. Do you know what I mean? All I'm saying is, that's by that logic.
For sure. Yeah, you wouldn't want to be called Nigel.
No, absolutely not. But anyway,
this fella. But my question, my question is it particularly men called Patrick who are of a darker complexion? Is that why they adopt that? They're not just Pat. Pat Bonner probably would have been fine.
I don't think. I
think he was maybe just trying to do as much as he could to avoid being called Boner.
Packy Bonner.
Yeah, he was trying to distract them.
Right, so if I make my first name a slur,
nobody will remember that my last name
is Boner.
It's literally Boner.
It's hard cock. that my second name is blood-filled, turgent, hard cock.
Turgent.
Yeah, turgent. I don't know what it means, but it sounds
great
nice to say.
Great Packy Bonner.
Yeah. But so anyway, this fella Packy Murphy, so he's the kind of head honcho in this West of Ireland jail. He's like some sort of a...
Sorry, remind me, is this a movie or a real thing?
No, this is a real
Okay.
story. So he's a drug kingpin. But anyway, so this...
Did you say kingpin?
Kingpin, which is like a kingpin, but if you're from the Far East. Kingpin. So, the Packy Murphy. Packy is a name in Ireland, so you can all go fuck yourselves, to be honest. You and everyone else.
Oh, okay.
I don't have to explain myself.
Okay.
You can Google it, right?
Yes, it is.
So anyway,
it's a name.
And he's the kingpin of the prison. And he is. What about it, right? So, anyway, this young fella who's a good young man, Gaelic footballer, everything. So he's in the showers one day, and anyway, Packy Murphy, who's the old kingpin, and he's like in his whatever, he might be 50s or something. The rules are...
He's the warden type fella.
No,
he's in. He's a prisoner.
He's in there.
But he just kind of runs the show.
Yeah, but he's, top dog. So he goes in anyway. So when a new fella comes in, particularly a young, hot Gaelic footballer, Packy Murphy gets to stick his willy up their bum. That's part of the whole thing.
That's part of the kind of rehabilitation process of the prison system.
And by Jesus, you'll think twice about drink driving if you're after taking a fucking Packy Murphy willy up your hoop.
The prison industrial complex.
Yes, that'll get you to think about what you did wrong. So anyway, he comes up to your man in the prison anyway, and comes over and he says, "Listen, it's time for Packy to give you a little whirl." And anyway, your man, the gay footballer lad, turns around and is like, "Fuck that, no way. I'm not taking Packy Murphy's willy up my bum." So he hits him and kind of like fights back, and I baits him up anyway.
You can't be beating up Packy.
Well, sure, this is the thing. Do you know what I mean? You can't be...
It's a hate crime.
It's a hate crime. He's fucking... You can't just hit a Packy Murphy. You can't. So, he baits the shite out of Packy Murphy anyway. So the next day...
Yeah.
He's there eating his dinner, and people walk past him, and they had a bowl of hot water and sugar and fucked it in his face.
No way, sugar.
Because it sticks.
Oh no!
And sticks, so your face
That's
gets
so
all...
mean.
I know, but sure, he should have fucking let Packy Murphy make love to him.
You're getting a sticky face either way.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Fucking hell.
Oh, goodness
my
me.
Jesus. But back to the Hercules thing with The Rock.
Yes, I was really trying to work out how we got to where we ended up, but it was good podcasting nonetheless.
Certainly.
Thank you for pulling us back to Hercules.
No problem. That got into my head because over the weekend I was watching. So The Rock is back in wrestling now, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's back in as part of a storyline called The Bloodline because his younger cousin, a guy called Roman Reigns, is one of the biggest
Yes, I know of Roman Reigns.
in wrestling right now.
What's his name? He's got like a nickname, does he?
I'm not sure. But my friend Jack is into wrestling, so I was staying with him in Dublin. So we'd be up kind of late at night just watching these wrestling promos.
Isn't it weird how many people like are into it?
Absolutely.
I hadn't quite clocked it until I maybe was mid-20s. I was going, oh,
people,
there's loads of them. Robbie McShane,
Yeah.
Aaron McCann, Christopher
Yeah.
MacArthur Boyd,
Yeah.
all these people.
do you know what? It is fucking great.
Yeah.
I loved it when I was young, the Attitude Era, Stone Cold, The Rock, Chris Jericho. We weren't allowed watching. We didn't have the channels in my house, but I'd be up in my friend Connor's house, and he lived in a pub, and they'd have it on the TV, and he had the channels, and I was just, blown away. First off, it was fucking really un-PG. Like they'd be saying the most insane things. There's insinuations of sex. There was hot women coming out and fucking, grabbing each other's holes, and it was funny. Like The Rock was funny.
Yeah.
Stone Cold was funny. They were breaking shit over each other's head. It was unbelievable.
We must have discussed the small boy with Down syndrome walking into the swimming pool video.
Huh? No.
It does relate. I understand how this sounds like I've taken this
No.
in a very strange direction. But it's a kid in America.
You've just heard all this and you're like, there was a child with Down syndrome once. Let me tell you a tale. Go on.
It's a video, a family party in America, and somebody's like back garden pool. And this young fella with Down syndrome comes out and he's got a cowboy hat on and he's wearing a vest.
It's already brilliant.
And he's got 2 bottles of beer in his hands. And he just walks in and paddles down the first couple steps into the swimming pool. And you just hear his mum go, "Don't smash those bottles together." And he just goes, "Woo!"
Oh, the Stone Cold.
And smashes them together, and everyone goes, "Oh my God!" And they just have to get out of the pool, get out of the pool. It's just broken glass and beer everywhere.
It's like, why did you do that? And he's just like, "'Cause Stone Cold said so."
Woo!
Oh, that is so sick. I mean, now at that time in wrestling, like a huge amount of just Stone Cold was just fucking beers at people, just fucking cans of beer. He'd open them up and just fuck them at people. It was just sick.
Yeah,
but so
I missed out on the whole wrestling hype, but I am. I went once in Wembley, and we have a couple of pals, Peter Flanagan and John Maher and Matt McAloon. They'll go to like UK independent wrestling like matches, and they don't cost that much, and they are fucking insane, and they all just take edibles before going to watch them. And I do think that should be something that we do.
This is the best thing I've ever heard.
Let's just fucking do it. Let's try and link up with them.
Let's do that.
Every day for the rest of our lives.
Every day for the rest of our lives. This is over. This is the last one we're doing. If you want to hear us talking, come to a wrestling match and look at the people licking the windows. And it'll be...
Apparently in a recent one, somebody had to come over and go, guys, can you stop making jokes about the whatever's happening?
Yeah.
And they were like, fuck, they're like, why? And they're like, one of the microphones for the like streaming of it is like above your head.
Yeah.
So it's really audible. Like you're basically commentating audibly on this match on TV. And they were like, oh,
sorry. I'm just saying, just as soon as people go, just start whispering slurs into the microphone. The great thing about it, when I watched this thing at the weekend,
The
The
Rock
Rock is back involved. He got given, because Vince McMahon has been fired because all these accusations came out where he was having obviously in the wrestling, it's a weird, seedy, steroid filled, peroxide blonde dyed hair world, crazy world, where they're on the road all week.
Yeah, there's shows
groupies,
every night.
They're fucking G'd up with these drugs. Everyone's shagging everyone. The rest of us shagging each other. It's just a fucking amoral cesspool of fucking muscles and mullets.
And then they go and perform in front of mostly children.
Well, you know what? That was the fucking, and this is what they say about wrestling. That was the John Cena era, which they call the PG era.
Yeah, it used to be for grown-ups, and it was funny 100%. And dirty and all that shit.
And it's gone back to that now.
Yes, so, I've heard this, that it's gone.
So it's gone back to
Rick Rubin told me in a podcast clip that I watched.
Yes.
I like that idea of framing podcast clips that you watched on TikTok as somebody telling you that.
Yeah.
Like Rick Rubin told me that creativity is important.
Speaking to Rick Rubin recently on my computer, and he seems to think, just you wearing a cowboy hat with 2 bottles of beer, and he seems to think, woo! I would love to get you in a little cowboy suit, and like there's no one that would sit more into like, all right, who I feel would have a quicker access to their child self than you in a little cowboy suit. Maybe get you some apple juices.
You've seen me in a cowboy hat doing one of the worst sets of my whole life.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that was juicy. I was on the ground at the back laughing so hard. It was so fun because you were bombing. Now, the crowd had been, to put into context, there was since Christopher MacArthur Boyd was saying that the crowd were like, no. You know what I mean? Like, they were like, no. And like, Chris is not an edgy comic. He's absolutely hilarious, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's a good boy.
Yeah, he's not pushing the envelope,
and
really.
so then you were there in a cowboy hat, full of all the evils of man and heterosexuality, going up there, and just immediately they were like, no. No. There was like even people after the show who were when they were collecting for the bucket, who were just like, I can't pay for that.
Well, in the middle of my set, I started clarifying that the money in the bucket doesn't go to me.
Yeah.
It goes to the nice boys that were hosting. I was like, just so you know, this isn't coming back to me.
They didn't matter.
Put money in the bucket. I don't get any of it.
But you know what? These little freeloading fucking
any
ideological fuckers.
Any excuse not to pay for art.
Not to part with a few pounds. These little fucking slugs were crawling out the door. But when that was happening and you were going up and the crowd, I mean, they just hated it. And I was literally on the ground, like kicking my feet like a baby. It was so fun and funny to see. And the fact that you were in a cowboy hat, I believe a pink cowboy hat.
Yeah.
Like just being dressed in a pink cowboy hat and your life going terribly. It was just so
it was
fun.
Great. Really great.
But so, anyway, I like to see you in a cowboy hat more. I think it suits your vibe. But so The Rock, the great thing is, so when The Rock is like now like doing any kind of like public speaking in general, he talks like he's going to run for president. He's been affected with Kevin Hart syndrome of I mustn't lose my money. Or I'm too connected to too many companies where I have to just be fucking sitting on the fence and diplomatic and all this shit, right? So if you see him on Joe Rogan, like he couldn't give you a straight answer if you tried. He's so fucking boring. Because he's just trying to protect all his fucking money. And
it's just PR. They're just media trained out of their fucking minds.
Within an inch of their life, and it's like, what the fuck? You were The Rock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you
used to be somebody.
Yeah, most electric moving fucking sports entertainment, like calling everyone fucking candy ass jabronis.
Yeah.
But when he comes out in wrestling, he's back to
Wait. Have you seen the video of The Rock when John Cena speaks Chinese? You know John Cena speaks Chinese?
Yeah.
Fluently? And there's a video of John Cena.
He speaks I want money fluently.
Yeah.
Speaks capitalism fluently.
And John Cena says something to The Rock, and this is me quoting what The Rock says back to him. John Cena says, do you want me to tell you in Chinese? And then he speaks Chinese fluently at him. And then The Rock, I swear to fuck, turns around and goes, do you want me to say it in Chinese? Ching chong bing bong ling long ding dong.
Yeah, I mean, you forget. It's so good. It's so good. And that's the thing. When Dwayne Johnson becomes The Rock, he can just say whatever the fuck he wants.
It's in character. I almost think that about the Vince McMahon like sexual assault or harassment allegations, where there is a way for him to walk away from this and be like, oh, that was the character of Vince McMahon.
Yeah. Do you know some
doing
of the stuff he did?
What was it?
So he had this secretary who was like, you know, they were shagging for a time. Like, you know, and it was consensual. He gave her a job and the thing, da-da-da. But then
It was consensual. He was her boss. Go on.
That was right. And she would be fired if she didn't. But listen. No, so he met her at something and then he's like, here, I'll give you a job. They started shagging, da-da-da. At the start, it was consensual. But the next thing, he's bringing in fucking, the Dudley brothers or whoever to tag team and put her through a table. But he's getting other people to come in and watch. And, then at one stage, she's like, he shit on her head. Like, you had Vince McMahon, Mr. McMahon, squatting over and taking
absolute creatine shit on your head.
And like his fucking little, roided up fucking glutes. Imagine that little fucking 7-year-old fucking red raw fucking steroided up asshole just hovering over you, taking it.
He's holding his own balls to keep them out of the way.
Oh, for fuck's sake. But at what point do you say, like, do you have just that much money and power? You're like, I just have to shit in someone's head.
There's got to be, like, what can you get away with? That's the whole thing of people getting that fucking rich and famous. They're just like, I need more getting away with stuff.
Well, it's just, there's nothing that's going to satiate your fucking, that's going to feel exhilarating now. You've been shagging hot women for 40 years, right? Now it has to be, my niece, my Aunt Louise while she's asleep. If someone put the fucking carcass of a buffalo on and I pretend I'm fucking, Kim Jong-un. It's just, they have to have some kind of just disgraceful angle to get hard, Shitting on this poor woman. He's in his 70s. For fuck's sake, Vince. Sit down by a fire, read a book.
He's not going to be getting any shits out.
I know.
He's on the prune juice.
Listen, I know. He was probably saving that
bran flakes, prune juice, coffee.
Absolutely.
He was just chuffed that he was shitting at all.
I'd say he hadn't shit in about 3 days. He felt it coming. He said, get in here quick now. I have something to show you. I have a little prezi for you. Well, I don't know if you're going to love it, but... but so anyway, he's out of his mind.
Shit's on her head. As a character, though, it was a bit... He was turning heel.
That's right. Yes, he was. He was turning heel. She didn't get it. Next thing, he's in trouble. Sure, this is the whole thing, All
the women.
PC gone
can't
mad.
Even shit in their head anymore.
No, you can't. Can't shit in their head without them fucking blinds after shitting on my head. Listen, there'd be many a woman who'd be delighted you had fucking Mr. McMahon taking a steamy one on your dome. But sure, this is the problem with people like Packy Murphy and Vince McMahon. Everyone's turning against them now and saying what they're doing is bad. But sure, look.
They weren't to know. It was a different time.
It was a different time. But so The Rock, when he came out, when I was watching him on the weekend, which is great to see, he comes out and it's like in Phoenix and Arizona, and he's like, The Rock has returned to Arizona. And then he's like, Arizona. He's just like, I just read a study the other day that said... it's the highest rate of heroin and crack addiction in America. And he's like, so how are you junkies doing? And then it's just everyone's like, whoa, you're junkies. And then he's just like, don't act like you don't love The Rock. Every woman in here would love a go at The Rock. All you crackhead Karens would love to. He's just saying the most.
It's a good pun.
Oh, crackhead Karens.
With The Rock.
Yeah.
You love The Rock. Of course you love The Rock, you fucking crackheads.
You crackheads. But they call the women crackhead Karens. Yeah. I was like, this is where he needs to be now.
Yeah, get him off the Hollywood fucking
no more these fucking
TV,
Disney movies.
All that fucking shit.
Get out on stage in front of thousands of people and call them junkies. Come on. This is what you should be doing. This is fun.
I love that his assertion that they're all junkies comes from a study that he read.
Yeah, study that he read.
It's not like you're all junkies. It's like scientifically you're all junkies. You're all empirically junkies.
I've done some reading and I've come to the conclusion you're all fucking smackheads.
It's real. What you don't understand, Joseph, is that the studies have shown, and I've read 3,000 studies a day, that says Arizona is full of crackheads.
Full of crackheads. Oh, yeah. What you don't understand, Joseph, is that I have done the research, and there ain't no way. Like, so the great thing about Kat is, like, that just... Joe doesn't know anything, and Kat knows everything. And Kat alludes to the fact on the podcast that he has a higher IQ than Einstein. It's just, he can't even... It's just... unbelievable. Like what he's saying.
Yeah.
And then
That's
like
so crazy.
then they like there's a video I
But
think
did Joe not? You've watched the whole interview.
of him and Joe.
Should we do an ad read while
I
we?
love
Because
it.
we're about
Where are
39. We'll do an ad read and then
Oh,
talk
shit.
about the
All right.
about Joe and Kat again.
Yes.
Okay, last week we had a pretty fucking wild St. Patrick's Day ad read, but this one, which I believe is our final ad read of the trial, so do fucking buy all of that shit.
And like all jokes aside,
It's good gear.
like think how much faster you're going to run with a hairless cock or a hairless.
And also, like, it's just like you can
vagina or
you can
head,
get all
shave
these
your
other
head.
brands that I've had before. I've had various beard trimmers and other things, trimmers over the course of my life. But this is just good shit. I love the waterproofness of it. Anyway, we'll crack. But like that's a fucking game changer. You can just
Yeah.
rinse it off. Cleaning razors is always a nightmare. But then this fucking
Yeah. Or I don't know if you ever tried to like drown.
Okay,
a
into the
friend
ad
or a
read.
baby, and then you're like, oh, I can't shave my balls at the same time, and it's a bummer.
This episode is brought
It's a
to you
fucking bummer.
by the spring cleaning champions, Manscaped.
Yes.
This season, make sure to groom your carpets and the drapes with the leaders in below-the-waist grooming.
Yes.
Clear out that winter bush with Manscaped's Lawnmower 5.0 and watch your confidence bloom like the springtime flowers. Embrace the season and join the 10 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with our special offer. Go to manscaped.com and use code PARENTING for 20% off and free shipping.
And I recently read a study, and this is true, that there's actually been, because that's 10 million men that have don't wince. This is actually good. That 10 million men there worldwide have used Manscaped and it's worked. But what they haven't said is 4 million men that didn't choose Manscaped, that their ball and cock hair grew up like a vine up their body and ended up actually suffocating them. So it is actually a medical emergency for a lot of very, very hairy, rotten men. So if you want to take care of your health, not just your mental health by doing your, sit-ups or whatever you do, or drinking your Huel, Stephen Bartlett's an idiot, but you need to just, this is dangerous, vine-ish hair that can strangle you.
Yep.
Yeah? Kill you.
And then, do you want to use, because you tell the story and then you do that bullet point there.
This bullet point here, this says, do not read.
No, don't read that one.
Oh.
Don't read that one.
Okay.
Do the second one.
After using Manscaped, I can finally say I have caught the spring fever. I'm sick. I'm ill. I have a fever. The fever, and the only prescription, the only thing that can help is a clean pair of balls. That's the only thing that'll alleviate, because a lot of times you can catch a little bit of cancer or
Introducing
AIDS
the
in your ball
season's-
hair. It can get caught there.
Cancer or AIDS.
Cancer or AIDS in your ball hair and your cock hair, your ass hair. You've got a good tuft there, and it can catch in. It's like a little fucking dream catcher.
Introducing
for AIDS.
the season's champ, the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. Their 5th generation trimmer features 2 interchangeable next-gen skin-safe blade heads, a standard one for taking a little off the top, and a new foil blade to go smooth wherever your heart desires.
If you want to foil a crime, if you want to foil some sort of a financial scandal, you want to be aerodynamic. You want to have a clean, whistling cock where you can move
if you see a villain and you want to hear them say the word drat,
yes,
you need the foil blade.
You need to be hairless and aerodynamic and sexually attractive to the villains to
Seduce
distract them.
Yeah.
You want to be smooth, covered in olive oil with a traffic cone up your arse.
It also features dual LED spotlights. That's more spotlights than your Fringe venue had.
Spotlight, a movie about paedophiles in Boston. It is. Michael Keaton.
What kind of pedophiles?
Catholic paedophiles.
There we go.
The best kind. They are the best kind.
Dual LED
The paedophile want to be
spotlights
Catholic.
to guide you through the darkest winter debris. Navigate with confidence in your delicate areas. Hate making a mess?
I hate nothing more.
Not to worry. This bad boy is waterproof. Shave in the shower, in the bath, or in the ocean.
In the ocean. You're out for a swim, you're out for a surf, and you think, Jesus, I'd love to be fingered. But
Rumor has it
I don't want them to get AIDS from my hairy asshole.
Rumor has it that
Shave it.
the last thing Saddam Hussein did was
Yes.
shave his balls in the ocean.
That's right. It was one of the last things he did, and it was the happiest he's ever been.
Yep.
It says in his book that he read. that he wrote.
Is Saddam the one who they dumped in the ocean?
No,
Or Osama.
That was Osama.
That's what I meant. Osama.
Oh, you meant Osama?
Yeah. When they dumped him into the ocean, he gave a and
while
then
he was
died.
down there. And let
Yeah.
me tell you, the piranhas, they were eating his asshole like it was going out of fashion.
Okay.
Oh,
I love this thing. No, I love this
you
thing.
love it.
Because
You're in love with it.
But because it comes with a compact
Whoa,
case.
it comes. You love it a lot, huh?
It comes with a compact case.
Yes.
I take it with me everywhere I go.
Everywhere you go.
The post office.
Even to your Illuminati meeting.
Tesco.
Yes.
The Illuminati meetings. Little St. James.
Epstein's Island.
I take my Manscaped razor with me. Literally, it's in my back pocket when I'm on stage.
Yes.
100% of the time.
And you're going to shank someone heckles, you're like, how
But
do you like me now?
you couldn't shank them because it's got the skin safe
It's
technology.
got skin-safe technology.
You couldn't even shank someone if you tried.
Even if you wanted to kill a woman, you couldn't.
Spring cleaning doesn't just apply to the nether regions. Get the full grooming experience with Manscaped's signature Beard Hedger Pro Kit and Handyman electric face shaver. We're supposed to be holding these fucking things, I think, the whole time.
What about that?
Whether you're looking to craft your signature look or clean up that neckline, these are always the right tools for the job.
Yes.
Stop using things.
You can genuinely, and this is with anything and not just Manscaped, it doubles as lube.
Everything doubles as lube if you're brave
Everything
enough.
doubles as lube. Just fucking Jesus, if you poured a bit of Coke Zero on your hand, you could have a go at yourself. It doesn't matter.
No, do you want to read the last bit?
I'll read the last
for a bit of fun.
For a bit of fun. I can do this too. I just choose not to a lot of the time, and that's like a lot of the work on the podcast. Now,
Mike's actually the greatest subtitler known to man.
I am. I just choose to spend my time doing other things, like watching Cat Williams interviews. Okay, get 20% off.
You don't have to shout.
I didn't know that. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code parenting at manscaped.com. That's 20% off. Not 10, not 15, you pigs. 20. Yeah? A fifth.
That's so many percents.
That's a fifth.
A fifth?
Fifth of vodka.
Plead the fifth off.
There you go. 20% off and free shipping with code parenting at manscaped.com. Nothing like a little spring cleaning in your pants.
Ring cleaning.
Right? Spring cleaning in your pants. Most of you dirty perverts, you're like, oh, spring cleaning in my pants. You stick a Hoover on your cock. No. We're talking about, what are we talking about?
Manscaped.
Manscaped.
Now tell me about this Joe Rogan thing.
Yes.
Surely he must have called Cat Williams out on the assertion that he was putting forward comedians that weren't funny. Surely.
No. Says nothing about that.
Have I said this before on the podcast that I am frustrated with journalistic integrity at the minute?
Yes.
People have decided that good interviewing is just listening real good.
That's right.
And not asking. Yes, about the Tucker Carlson thing. It's the exact same thing. This man has slagged you off on a hugely public platform with 60 million views or whatever the fuck. And you have him on your show and go.
That's right. Cat has slagged Joe Rogan off for having unfunny comedians on. He has a go at him, and Joe is licking his boots the whole interview. And Cat's just calling him stupid most of the time. Like he's just like everything, because it is a little battle of fucking warped little weed heads who, do you know what I mean, who Google things.
They're both stoned in different ways, aren't they?
Yeah.
Cat Williams got a real paranoia to him.
Well, Cat has a paranoia.
A conspiracy,
Yeah, and there's nothing, do you know one of these people who there's nothing Joe can say that Cat hasn't already heard and knows more about?
Yeah, but where he's heard it is the voices in his head.
Absolutely. And Joe's like, did you hear about that gorilla who's giving Latin masses in Nicaragua? And it's like, of course I have, Joseph. Of course I have. Who do you think taught the gorilla how to speak Latin? Me. In 2 hours in Nicaragua. I was doing an arena there. So like everything, you couldn't say anything to him. Do you know these people in general that you can't, they will not accept new information from you?
Yeah, they've just already heard it.
They've heard
and it's not just that
everything.
thing that we're all guilty of, which I'm trying to get better at.
Yeah.
Where people go, do you know this person? And you go, yeah, I've heard of them. You know when you just try and like fluff out because you feel like embarrassed to say you don't know something?
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to get better at going, oh no, who's that?
Well, it's the same thing if someone says, oh, did you see this film? And you say,
oh, I think so.
And you say, yes.
Or no, classic line. Have you seen this film? Not the whole way through, I don't think.
Right. Don't ask me any questions about it, but you don't know more than me. And you haven't seen anything more than me. And you haven't read anything more than me. But just, yeah, kind of. Kind of. I had it on while I was shaving my balls at Manscaped. But I've kind of seen it.
Yeah.
Now, tell me this much. You were at a fucking wedding.
I was at a wedding.
Yeah.
I wanted to go over because I've had what I have affectionately referred to as the week of the tour that was the most
Very
filled
quick.
with.
Do you ever have when you can smell? I just had a shower, but yet I could just, maybe because I ran up here, I went like that and I could smell myself. That's not good.
Smell your own balls. You need
Yeah.
Manscaped ball
Because
deodorant.
the deodorant and the AIDS and the are getting caught up in my ball hair, and I can smell it.
Yeah, you can smell the
Have you ever
cancer on your
smelled
balls.
AIDS?
No,
No.
no.
Well, let me tell you, you've never been to Langton's
Heaven.
in Kilkenny. Heaven. There's a lot of fuckers in heaven who were riddled with it. But sorry, go on, the wedding.
Well, no, we're basically because we went straight from myself and Cumlong went straight from the tour date to the wedding, the kind of the day after. But we've had the week that I've affectionately referred to as the week that is most filled with shitholes on the tour.
Yeah.
This week we were in the glamorous climates of Middlesbrough, Carlisle, and Darwin.
Oh.
Holy moly!
What
a trip around the country!
Jesus, you're being quite cruel to these places. These are good people with, I would hope, well-shaven genitalia.
They're good people. Carlisle, we had our first disruptive pod fan.
Oh,
Who, anytime I mentioned my girlfriend, he went, "Go on, Ramesh!" And in my head, I was like, "Well, that's the wrong one."
that's mine.
Yeah.
But I think maybe what you'd mentioned your girlfriend, and he was letting you know, hey, I'm Team Mike, and I'm Team Mike's girlfriend.
Well, I already know that they're Team Mike
Respect.
because they're shouting out at a show.
Were they?
My bunch don't shout out at shows. They
Right.
listen intently.
Your bunch are kind of in the corners, kind of solving complex geopolitical puzzles.
The number of people at my tour that tell me it's the first time they've left the house in X number of weeks.
Like, I can imagine there's no more people actively doing jigsaws at a show.
Did I tell you in Bristol there was 2 women playing cards in the front row?
You didn't tell me that, but that's pretty fantastic. That's amazing. I mean, it's surely a massive fuck off to you in your show
Gotta be.
that they're playing gin rummy at the front.
That's actually what they were
Were
playing.
they playing gin
They were
rummy?
actually playing gin rummy
Mother of God.
on their laps in the front. Like, not a table. Like, if there's
Yeah.
a table in front of you, maybe you are bored during the pre-show bit, but on your laps.
But I like the idea of like, well, we go out and have a game of cards. Yeah, where do we go? To Vittorio Angelone's tour show. Just sit up the front and have
I think they just wanted to be on like TikTok,
okay.
which is why I'm kind of refusing to clip up that interaction.
Yeah.
I don't want to encourage these freaks
You don't want fuckers coming up playing Connect 4 in the nip, you know, with French flags.
in the
on.
hope of being a little crowd work clip.
Yeah, in the hope of you making their careers. You're a kingmaker. Because then they'll be, you know, what will they actually?
I don't know what the
nothing will
benefit
happen.
would be.
I
but
guess.
They were just
but it might
excited
just-
about that. But it was bizarre. That was Bristol.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carlisle. Go on, Ramesh. And I was like, there's too much. I would say, as a little call out to podcast fans, we appreciate you. Massively so.
I love them. I'm in love with
The
them.
problem with shouting out podcast stuff at tour shows, there's twofold the problem with shouting out podcast stuff at tour shows. First fold is don't shout stuff out.
That's for him. If you're at my show,
This is because Michael's tour hasn't started yet.
Yeah.
As soon as it happens the first time, you're going to be doing a plea on the podcast to please stop calling everyone a pedo that gets mentioned on the podcast.
I just imagine it's just like an address to the nation, me sitting at a desk in a suit. I would please like to request people stop throwing cocaine at me while I'm on stage. I've already had about 6 people being like, I'm going to have a line waiting for you when you get off stage, bro.
You've painted yourself into a corner.
I know, but sure, listen.
I'm having such a lovely, healthy, I'm looking after myself, eating well, going to the cinema.
People are bringing you broccoli.
Yeah.
bring
I'd love long stem broccoli.
Oh, it's
Get on
nice.
that. Yeah,
the
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
in Nando's.
Yeah.
Are you Nando in the
That's
dog?
my go-to on the tour because it's healthy, or it can be healthy.
What are you getting there?
4 boneless chicken thighs.
Nice.
Medium. Myself and Connell went for hot once and regretted it for the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were at the show We're medium boys. We
Was
should
it
have
coming out?
stayed
Was it
medium
coming
boys.
out your bum in a nasty way, where you felt like
It was coming out of your bum, my bum in a nasty way.
lads? I've had some shits recently after having hot stuff the night before, and it's like being in the seventh circle of hell.
It's crazy.
Like it's like I'm like.
There's something quite invigorating about it.
I mean, once you get up and you're leaving, you're alive, you're awake, you're ready to
It's like
start some
hot
sort
plunge. It's like your bum's been in a sauna.
It is like your bum's been in the sauna.
It's an internal sauna.
Yeah, and I suppose maybe that is a good way to look at it, like that. You've kind of, it does feel like you've shed something. You know what I mean? You've got some evil out of you.
Yeah, 100%. I kind of sometimes don't understand how unhealthy food gets you fat, because anytime I have unhealthy food, it just flies through me.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, how is any of this staying? I swear I'm shitting out more than I ate.
Yeah, I feel like the unhealthy food is like kind of like, I'm thinking like an Olympic diver. It just kind of,
Yeah,
like
go
just
straight in. There's no
straight in
splash.
and just fucking no splash and just fucking level straight out the end. I've shit out like full kebabs out my asshole.
And then the garlic and chili sauce come at the end.
That's right, and they come out just kind of liquid on top of it. You know what I mean? It's unbelievable. But then, like, if you have a nice, good, like, vegetable roast dinner and stuff like that stuff, then it'll be like, it kind of overstays its welcome. It's like, I'll hang
It's
out
in your belly
stomach
for quite
now
a while.
For quite a while.
But I tell you that's solid, wholesome food. But
Right.
like, I like the Nando's. I like when you just have a meal and then you're just like, ooh, I feel quite light, but just like energized by that food.
It's noise. Lad, I know, and it's rare I do it because I eat like a fucking pig, but there's a rainbow bowl in Nando's where you get just chicken, and then you get like hummus and chickpeas and coleslaw and long stem broccoli.
The rainbow slaw.
The rainbow slaw. It's a gay slaw. And you eat this shit.
A gay
it's a slaw that
slaw.
tries to suck you off.
A gay slaw. It called me the F word.
Yeah. A gay slaw. A slow.
He called me a slaw.
A slaw. A rainbow slaw. Yeah, rainbow slaws is gay slurs. But anyway, so this rainbow bowl, it's trying to climb up your ass. It's one of the gayest meals in the UK right now, but it's fucking good, and you feel good after. You feel like fucking building a birdhouse.
The problem is pints
Sick.
and burgers are so tasty.
Oh, they're unreal, and garlic and cheese, shove it up your fucking hole.
Oh, I tell you what we had. Are you doing you're doing Newcastle, which you can maybe get one of these, but it's more the northeast of England. Outside of Newcastle is
Right.
where these things happen. A parmo.
Whoa,
Have you ever had a parmo?
is that a little Italian woman?
No. Chicken parmesan.
Oh,
Shortened to parmo in the northeast of England.
Right.
It's a northeast of England delicacy somehow. You know what a chicken parmesan is? So it's like breaded chicken, like
Yes.
a scallop type thing, and it's like but breaded with like parmesan and breadcrumbs and all nice stuff like
Yes.
that. Imagine that
I'm imagining it.
with like tomato pizza sauce on top of it,
Yes.
bechamel sauce,
Yes.
cheese,
Uh-huh.
and then like various toppings. We got peppers and jalapenos and pepperoni
And
and
eat it
chicken.
off, yeah. In my mind, it's served on an Italian grandmother's tits.
Well, this is the kind of mad thing about it. Not that that's true in any way, shape, or form, but the mad thing
Not
about
your
it.
nonna.
No.
But someone's
She's
nonna.
dead.
She's dead as a doornail. She's one of the deadest grandmothers I've come across recently.
She's pretty recently dead, I would say.
But she is dead recently, but she went full on, like fully
She was
dead.
full dead.
Yeah. She
Full
didn't
dead.
mess around. Like, it was like, wow, she went for it. That is a really dead woman.
But basically, it's imagine a pizza where the base is breaded chicken,
Yeah.
and after there's also bechamel sauce just for a bit more fucking stodge
Oh.
in the middle there.
Yeah.
It's one of the most. Connell was freaking out. He was like, "What the fuck is it?" It's one of the most unhealthy things. But
What I will say,
I like little townships and areas having like a delicacy of like in Ireland it's like a spice bag.
Yeah.
Spice bag after a night out, blah, 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 blah. Like it's great. I fucking love a spice bag. But that's like a shit takeaway delicacy. This is what's weird about the Northeast, Middlesbrough, these types of places. Particularly Middlesbrough, I think, is where it's known for it. You can get these things at sit-down restaurants.
Right.
The shittest takeaway food in the world
Love it.
on a plate with a candle.
I fucking like that. Because I've often thought this, and this is one of my best thoughts and most intelligent ones, that if I went to a Michelin star restaurant, right, and you know they're cooking, you know, the asshole of a fucking goose, and they're, you know, frying the fucking ear of an orangutan and giving it to you with a drizzle of fucking Pope John Paul II's cum or whatever. You can do all this stuff and you're marinating and you're reducing and you're fucking slabbering on a little plate with your shitty little portion that I've paid a load of money for. And it's like, oh, this is so nice. If you gave me chipper chips with garlic dip from a chipper and just like a fucking lovely batter sausage and cheeseburger, and I didn't know the context of that food, like that's from chippers and stuff, and then you're like, yeah, that's 60 quid, and I paid 60 quid for it, and then I'd eat it and I'd be like, this is the nicest shit I've ever had. This is unbelievable.
You think it's just the context?
Yeah, because it tastes unreal. I have never had restaurant food that tastes as good as just a fucking lovely chipper, but it's just all fucking, you know, the story behind everything. Like, oh, we found this fucking egg up a nun's arse in Zimbabwe, so now I can charge 70 quid for what?
What restaurants are you going to?
I rarely go to restaurants.
Didn't think so. But also, on the topic of Middlesbrough, quite a fun, both tours, shows that I've done in Middlesbrough thus far. The worst selling of the tour.
Yeah.
By quite a distance.
They wouldn't like you down there.
Up.
Huh?
Up.
Yeah, but down morally. But morally,
but I've
it's a
discovered
decline.
as well, this is the problem with you kind of set like a flat ticket price for like your whole tour.
And flat-chested ticket price.
Generally, my and generally my tickets are about 17 or 18 quid plus whatever the booking fee is.
You
for
nasty
that,
little
for that
bastard.
fucking-
I'm charging $12.50. I regret it. Go on. It's not enough.
So I did $12.50 last year. A lot of no shows. Not enough commitment in a $12.50.
I know. Why did I do it? I don't know. Just
It's
make
good. No, it's good.
But just make it 15. Why have it?
Yeah,
It's fucking
but it's good.
dumb.
It's good. It's good. I do try to keep them as cheap as I possibly can, but you kind of set them across the board, and I think that's probably a bad idea because there's different wages and different costs of living across different places in the UK. And we were walking to the Middlesbrough show, going, it's going to be half empty, but they were a good crowd last year, and they were fucking brilliant this year again. I will go back to Middlesbrough every tour I ever do to perform to fewer and fewer great lads.
Right.
Just had a great time. We sold less tickets in Middlesbrough this year than we did last year.
They're gonna die from their
Eating Parmos, probably.
eating Parmos.
But just like it was like just a great crowd. But on the way while we were walking from the train station to the venue, we walked past this pub and it said, every Friday, £1.99, £1.99 pints of Foster's. And I was like, my tickets, including booking fee, are £20.
That's right.
If you asked any human alive, would you rather go see Vittorio or have 10 pints? Obviously, the answer is 10 pints.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about? Can you imagine going to a pub, handing them 20 quid and walking away with a round for 10 people?
Oh, yeah. Well, the thing is, they'll go to your show and, oh, yeah, he's bullied and, being poverty's bad or whatever. And then, so they go to your show and do that. And, that was good. But, like, after 10 pints...
After 10 pints, anyone at the table is the funniest cunt alive.
Yeah, or you can shit on Vince McMahon's secretary's head. You know what I mean? Like, you're 10 pints in, you can fucking try to shift your cousin. It's so much fun to be had.
This is what comedy is competing with.
Yeah.
Just pints make everything funny.
Everything funny. You can fucking, text your wife and you thought it was the woman you were cheating with, and you're like, I hope you're wearing those laundry tonight. Ruin your marriage, and things happen. It's fun. you bite your best friend in the ear. He doesn't want to be friends anymore. You go to your show, you come out, and you're like, oh, I guess it is okay to share your feelings or something. 20 quid? Come on.
My show's very funny. I've been enjoying performing it around the UK.
Funny.
When does your thing start?
My thing's
soon?
starting in
April.
In April, yeah. So everyone get going. I especially places like Hull, Leeds. There earlier in the show, Dublin, Cork, fucking anyway. Whatever. No, we're not doing the tour dates yet. So
we are.
We're not. I just want to talk very quickly about Cumlon Connell, because this little weasel. Now, I haven't seen him in the best part of this decade, and he hasn't been here. I don't know where he is. You seem to be with him all the time. You have this little fucking dirty alliance.
Tour managing.
And now he's eating fucking Parmos on my money. He's out there eating
You haven't
Parmos.
paid him a penny.
Shut up. He's out there on my dollar eating
You haven't
parmos,
paid him a penny.
getting himself fucking filled up with Italian food. Then he's farting while he's shagging Newcastle housewives or whoever the fucking little parmo farts going out his arse. Come along. I know you're editing this. If I don't see you soon, I will come find you. And I swear to God.
We're recording in 2 days,
Huh?
and he's going to be there for the Patreon in 2 days' time.
Let me tell you what you do now. Come on, you better come in wearing fucking headgear, fucking protective padding, because I'm going to have a sock and it's going to be filled with a bar of soap, and I'm going to put some manners on that little fucker, because he's been avoiding me. He owes me money. I've decided he owes me money. I'm sick of him going around farting, shagging every fucking housewife in Middle England. Wrecking family. While you're on stage, he is ruining a family. While you're on stage, you're wondering where he's gone. He's gone to destroy a child's life by coming on his mother in front of him. Little parmo cum. Think I'm stupid? I'm not stupid.
No.
I'm gonna fucking kill Connell.
I have tickets remaining in places such as Birmingham, although I think that's probably already happened. But the Dublin and Belfast extra shows, they have some tickets left as we currently stand, and the extra Leicester Square date on the 1st of May. Get your tickets for that one as well. The rest of the tour, if you see a venue that there's a show on and it says sold out, the day or two before the show, venues tend to release a few tickets, so it's worth checking on the day or the day before, or giving them a ring to see if they have a waiting list of sorts. That's often a good way to do it.
Yeah, for me, Cork.
Did you not already just do this?
Tickets are gone. I didn't do enough of that. I need to do more. Cork, and he's touring with Connell, and a live Connell now. But when I'm touring, I will have the corpse of a dead Connell with me, which will be its own fun because he's in big trouble with me. So what I want to do is, yes, Cork. There's only a few tickets left. That's at the end of May. So Cork people, go fucking get those tickets now. Dublin, the extra show on the Big Wheelings. We're good. Tickets are halfway gone there. Get the tickets. Fucking get the tickets. Jumping up your hoop. Give them to your grandmother. Get stuff in. The ones that we need kind of urgently are like fucking Hull, Leeds, fucking where's another place I'm on tour? Southampton, the other places, Aberdeen. Ye fucks, get on that. He asked me to give you a show. I'm giving you a show. Buy tickets, or I'll fucking have all your fathers hung, drawn, and quartered. Manscaped.
Get the Manscaped stuff. This is your last chance to make sure we get actually money.
Get our money. I want to buy a fucking teapot smashed off his head. I'll do it for you if you buy some Manscaped.
And I've got some exciting career news that will only be discussed on the Patreon.
Sick. I know what it is.
Patreon.com/parenting. Bye. We should wave like kids presenters.
Bye.
Goodbye. Good friends. Goodbye. It's nice
been the
to
biggest
see
load of
you.
shite you've listened to.
The Mike and Vittorio and the small
big,
London
big
flat
fat head will be coming back to
see you
soon.
again. Bye.
Bye.